All right now, what's up, family? How y'all doing? It's your girl, Dr. Shonna. We're about to get live. This is the last segment of the Great Reset that I'm going to go over. So I'm not going to keep you guys long tonight. And plus, I'm going to be interrupted during this video. I'm going to have to get the door. So y'all going to have to just excuse me at the very beginning. What else am I going to say to you guys? So before we go ahead and get started, let me just take care of the things I said I was going to take care at the beginning of the video. For all of you guys who have placed your orders with the pheromone perfume, I don't have them here today. Well, they're here, but they're just not in my presence right now. Thank you so much for that. Many of you guys have already received your order. There are some of you all that have not yet received your order. So let me give you guys some updates so that you can know what's happening. And then after I get off this video, I'm going to email you all. So for the men who ordered their pheromone cologne, a lot of those orders are on delays. So I'm going to communicate with you all through email. I'm going to give you one or two options. I can either refund your money, which is no problem. I can do that. Or I can let you know, like, when the order comes in, you'll receive it. If you're more willing to wait until the order comes in, then that's fine. You'll receive it. Or I can give you some suggestions from the site and you can order something else. But if you rather have your money back, you could do that as well. So that's for the guys. That's for the fellas. For the ladies, a lot of you guys have ordered the pheromone body spray, not the roll-on that I use. You ladies have ordered the spray. And some of the sprays have been delayed. So they are on back order. So some of you all have received your actual perfume, your roll-on, but the mist, the body mist, which is the spray, you have not yet received because it is on back order. So I am also going to email you all to give you guys some information. But if you guys be patient, you will get it all. Everything will be sent to you, no doubt. For everyone else, y'all Gucci, your good morning. Thank you so much for your purchases. Now, here's what I need y'all to do, because we ain't gonna be here long. I need y'all to share the video. And y'all know I'm gonna keep it good. I'm not gonna cuss nobody out. I think I've been doing well, not cussing people out on their ignorance, right? Because some of y'all be on some ignorant stuff online and I have to check y'all. But today I've been good. Last week I wasn't on. When the last time I was on, I think I was good. I don't want to have to cuss nobody out. So I say that to my moderators to know that if somebody starts to act a little crazy, we're just going to delete them. So I won't have to cuss them out. Make sure y'all do your job. Make sure y'all delete them, right? So I ain't got to hurt nobody. And I got to be better with hurting people because, I've been meeting people in public. And like I told you, shout out to Slim Cool. He was going to get it. He was going to get it. Thank God he was on good behavior because you never know what somebody got on him. I was going to give it to him. But he was nice. I like Slim Cool. But let me stop. Go ahead and share this video. Share this video. Like this page on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button and the little bell to notify you when I'm going live. And if you are on YouTube, like the video, share the video. But most importantly, family, let's leave some comments. Now, family, this video right here is the last part of my Great Reset. And we're going to talk about inflation. But here's what I need y'all to do in order for y'all to get ready for tonight. Because some of y'all is going to go over your head. I get it. I already know how I get down. Sometimes, people don't catch it. When I drop the gems, they don't pick it up. It goes over their head. They leave it there on the floor. They step over it. They keep on walking. I'm going to try to slow it down because I really need y'all to understand what's happening right now. This is a very unique time that we are in that we have to pay close attention to. This is more than just milk, bread, and eggs, and housing and gas being expensive. This is more than that. I'm going to need you to understand that this is not by accident. This is part of the plan. This is part of the strategy. And here's the thing. Many of you guys are not going to believe half the stuff I'm going to say to you. That's cool. That's okay. You know, if I was so comfortable being asleep in life, I wouldn't believe half the stuff I hear as well, right? So you're not going to get it. But the reason why I say that this is not planned, because we know that thoughts, ideas, and words equal reality. Some of y'all didn't even catch that. Some of y'all didn't even catch that, Jim. I'm telling you, I be dropping stuff and y'all don't be picking it up. So I'm going to say that slower because you need to think about this in your life. And this is how you need to live your life so that you can be prepared for what is about to happen. I'm going to say that again. You got to understand that what is happening currently is all planned. It is not by accident. Thoughts and ideas and words, when you put those things together, it equals reality. Right? Y'all got that? I know you're saying, what are you talking about, Doc? What are you talking about? The fact that we are experiencing everything we are experiencing right now as it relates to the housing market, food, goods, services, gas, this is all part of a larger plan. It is all planned. And here's what upsets me when it comes to us as a people. We're always late to the party. I mean that literally and figuratively, but we are always late to the party. For some reason, as a people, we don't tend to get the memo, or we get the memo and we look at it as junk mail and we throw it in the garbage, we ignore it, or we hear the things, we hear it through the grapevine and we chuck it up as rumor and we don't believe what we hear. So when it comes to us, we're always late. We're always late because we're not paying attention. We're just seeing things happening and we're becoming reactive and we're going with the flow, but we're not sitting back and we're not thinking about what are their thoughts? What are their ideas? What are the things that they are saying so I can understand what is going to be the new reality? That's what the reset is really all about. And too many of us, if you really ask my opinion, I mean, who's asking, but I'm going to tell. If you really ask my opinion, too many of us, we believe in the American system. We think that, you know, because we complain and they listen, allegedly, it's going to fix itself. They're going to work it out. They understand that we are struggling. It's not going to last this way forever. But here's what happens. What we fail to realize is that they, when I say they, I'm talking about politicians, I'm talking about government, I'm talking about large corporations, I'm talking about the powers at be. Are the powers that be? That's who I'm speaking about. When we complain, they're listening, but they're not listening because they're coming to save you. That's the mistake that so many of you guys make. You think because you're complaining, a solution is going to come as a result of your complaint. It don't work that way, and it's not going to start happening that way right now. Let me tell you. Let me put this into perspective for you guys for a second. So one of my girlfriends came over to my house, and she walked in, and she had this really cute shirt on. Connect the dots for me for a second, family. Family. Hello, family. Connect the dots for me for a second. She had a shirt that says something like melanin popping or melanin glowing or something like that to speak toward melanin. And so I said to the sister, I said, that's a cute shirt. Where'd you get that from? Because it was cute. And she said, Forever 21. I said, Forever 21 had that on the shelf? Melanin popping or melanin glowing, something like that. The girlfriend that came to my house is melanated. So I don't know what you're talking about, KR Woods. You just want to say shit out your mouth. So you can't even help yourself. The girlfriend that came to my house is melanated. It's my sorority sister. So what are you talking about? See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. See, because people like this think that you can only associate it with one types of people. So she must be on my Instagram And she probably seen my colleague I went away with who was actually white, right? So she probably seen my colleague. And so she's making this comment right here. But let me tell you where you're going to fail at. I'm going to tell you where you're going to fail. I'm just saying, no shade, but I'm going to tell you where you're going to fail at. My mama used to always say, you keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Let me say that again. My mother used to always say, you keep your friends close and your enemies closer. My mother also used to say, you make sure your network is big, because you never know when you're going to need somebody. I'm just saying. I don't know what y'all been told, but I'm going to tell you what I've been saying, what I've been told. And so I don't get all bent out of shape about stuff like that. You know why I don't get bent out of shape about stuff like that? Because then I'm going to go back to my story. I'm going to tell you why I don't get bent out of shape for stuff like that. Because so many of you guys, y'all have such a small network, and you keep your network so small, and you thank the people that are in your network because they're melanated like you. Let's talk for a second. You think everything is Gucci and good money. And you wonder why your network does not grow. It does not expand. You can't tap into other industries. You can't tap into other networks. Money is green. I go when money gets spent. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just trying to say I go when money gets spent. I'm just trying to say that everyone else gets the concept about green dollars. Dollars are green. And we get so personal, and we want to pretend in our magical thinking world that we all kumbaya and we all in love with each other. See, that's the stupid. I see it. I see on this side of the world. I see, and where I sit at, I see what happens with so many of us. They present a good game online, baby. A good game online. And then when you meet them in person, they be the most grimiest people in earth. I'm just trying to tell you, you better know how to move in these streets. I'm trying to tell y'all, and y'all don't know how to move. Y'all don't know what's about to come. You're going to be with a handful of losers, or you're going to be with a handful of winners? Who you going to be with? Who you going to be with? Because of how some of y'all think is unrealistic. I'm just trying to say, we're going to get back to the story, but how some of y'all think is unrealistic. Because y'all so busy being righteous. And the people you're trying to be righteous with is cutting your throat. I'm just here to talk real. Let's just speak real. For just a moment, we're getting back to the story, but let's just be real for just a moment. We got to get out of fantasy thinking. We had some fantasy thinking. Now everyone gets judged the same way by me, because I got burnt by so many people that look like me. I'm just trying to be honest with you. We ain't going to have this conversation tonight because it's not for this inflation thing. It's not. But I just want you to know, you got to change that mindset. Everybody else know. H&M know. Forever 21 know. Somebody said H&M got the same type of shirts. They all know. They all know how to keep your asses close to get your green. I'm just trying to say. So back to the story. My sorority sister walks in. Said, that shirt is cute. Where'd you get it from? She said, Forever 21. I said, really? Word? So I said, they smart. Forever 21 is strategic and smart. She said, why you say that? I said, sis, you serious? That's a corporation. A big white-owned corporation at that. But they know exactly how to play on your emotions. They know exactly how to play on your emotions in order for their bottom line to be met. And what's the bottom line? Because some of y'all act like money don't matter. Some of y'all act like, I don't care about that. Whatever. Speak for yourself. They know how to play on your emotions in order to increase their bottom line. You know why? Because they listen. We complain. We march. We protest. We complain. We are recording people. We are making it known that you are not going to disrespect us. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. And here's how America works. America is a capitalistic society. So America sees your plight, my plight, our struggle, America sees it. And America says, how can we make money off of that? How can we make money off of that? That's what America says. That's how we need to start thinking. Everybody else thinks like that. If you go to some of these sites on Amazon and they got the black people stuff and the fists and all this stuff, you go to them and you do the research on those companies. Who do you think own most of those companies? All black products. Who do you think own most of those companies? I'm trying to show you something so I can get back to the topic. Who do you think own those companies? Let's really think about it. Because I've done the research. I went down and I tracked these companies. And I see who owns them. Don't just tell me, Rosa, not us. I want to know who owns those companies. No, Marie, it's not. There you go, Suncharia. It's not white folks, Marie. It's China. China. What did Donald Trump say? China. It's China. Because they're sitting back and they're watching how we moving and they're making their money. And we are just giving it away. There's a big fat inflation going on. Prices are increased. And our people always lose because we always think somebody's going to come and save us. Who going to save us? Who going to save us, boo? We trust in the American system. We believe that when we complain, they listen. We believe that the promises that they make in exchange for our votes, in exchange for our support in terms of numbers, because we don't give as much cash to support them like other people, right? We may get those emails. We may get those text messages to donate $2. How many of us actually donate $2? We don't do that. Give me 1 second, y'all. I told you I was going to be interrupting this video. Give me 1 second. Yeah. He's outside? You told me you was going to tell me. Hold on a second. Okay. I'm coming upstairs. Okay, I'm coming upstairs. Bye. Ooh. All right, y'all. Sorry about that. Woo. Ain't nothing worse than taking care of a sick man. Got me doing all this crazy stuff. But anyway, I'm back. So like I said, we complain. They so-called listen. And we think that because we're complaining and they're listening, they're going to give us all the things that they promise us. And we only hold on to hope because that's all we have. We hope it gets better. We hope the prices come down. We hope the market comes down. We hope. That's what we do. And because of that, we give them our support. We give them our votes. And at the end of the day, nothing changes. The only thing that changes is the statements that they make. The only thing that changes is their mind. So here's what I want you to understand, what you got to start paying attention to with everything that's going on. With everything that's going on, y'all got to go right back to See, I know some of y'all ain't raised in the street, because some of y'all be out here, y'all be fronting, y'all be talking about y'all with the struggle, right? You're down for the street. Y'all don't know nothing about struggle. Some of y'all grew up in households that don't know nothing about struggle whatsoever. But because you're trying to connect with each other, because you're trying to relate to each other, because your melanin is popping, right? Because you're trying to do stuff like that, you want to act like you know the struggle. So I'm not going to pretend like everybody up here know the struggle. I'm not going to pretend that everyone up here has been in the struggle. So for a moment, just give me a second. For those who've never been in a struggle, you just gonna listen to what I have to say. But those of us who have been in a struggle, let me say this for a second. Those of us who have been in a struggle, I want y'all to understand, in this new inflation market that's going on, y'all gotta move how we've been moving back in the days when you have to identify a hustler and a slickster. You gotta know a hustler and a slickster. You got to know when you see them. Because let me tell you something about hustlers and slicksters. They will change the rules in the middle of the game. They will master the art of denial. And they are always 1 to 3 steps ahead of you. That's exactly what's happening in this world right now. When I sit down there and I'm watching people give their speeches and they're talking about things, none of the politicians, in my opinion, none of them are even talking about inflation, how they should be talking about inflation. None of them are even talking about the economy, the market. You know why they're not doing that? Take one wild guess why they're not doing it. Take one wild guess. I'll tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. The reason why they're not speaking, because they're hustlers and slicksters, the reason why they're not speaking about the economy, the reason why they're not speaking about inflation is because they knew this was going to happen because they planned it. Like I said at the very beginning, thoughts, ideas, and words all equal reality. They planned it. They already knew what was happening, so they're not going to talk about it. And if you ask them about it, they're going to deny it. They're going to deny it. They're going to deflect. They're going to blame it on something else. That's just what they do. That's what hustlers do. I need y'all to really put on your hustling hat. I need y'all to really understand what is happening right now in this world. Do understand that if they're 1 to 3 steps ahead of you, you're going to lose. You better be walking side by side with them or be in front of them jokers. You're going to lose. And a lot of us, we're going to lose. Because hustlers tend to figure out all the time how they're going to get your money. Just like the example I gave you with H&M, Forever 21, and somebody telling me H&M does the same thing, and somebody else said Rue 21. It doesn't matter. All those stores, they all the same. 6 and 1.5 dozen, they all the same. What I'm saying to you all is they're hustlers and slicksters. They're always going to be 1 or 3 steps ahead of you. And as long as they have the means to smash you and your plans and keep you oppressed, they will do it. They will do it. Because the goal is to get the money. And so many of us, we're so uncomfortable with that mindset, getting the money. The goal is always to get the money. How many of y'all are comfortable with that? Let me ask y'all, sisters and brothers, how many of y'all are comfortable with that? Understanding how everything is going. Are you comfortable with getting the money? I just want to know, or does that make you cringe? Does that make you say things like money is the root of all evil and all the other religious beliefs, right? How many of you guys are comfortable with that? How many of you guys say, oh, we're going to overthrow the system because college should be free, insurance should be free, food should be free, housing should be free, education should be free, clothes should be free, water should be free. Thank you for that, DB. DB said that's very true. I admit it makes me uncomfortable. Thank you for that. It makes a lot of people, especially in our community, very uncomfortable. But you got to understand that they already got it figured out. See, we have not been spending money. For the most part, other than on fast food, because some of us don't like to cook, right? We have not been spending money for the most part. So we have not been spending money. Where's the money at? Where's the money at? Come on, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Where's the money at? How many of y'all seen an increase in your bank account? You ain't got to say the number. You ain't got to say the number. But how many of you all seen an increase in your bank account? Well, I don't know. Some of y'all might be some irresponsible spenders. I don't know. I'm asking the question anyway because I'm curious. How many of y'all seen an increase in your bank account? Because I want y'all to know something. The government knows what's in your bank account. Okay, somebody says yes. Somebody says I have. Somebody says me. Somebody says I'm saving. Somebody else says I've been saving. Yeah. We're gonna get into this. We're gonna get it. Somebody else says no extra money. I'm sorry for you. We gotta get that up. We gotta get your money up. But anyway, we're gonna get into this. They know you've been saving. They know you've been saving. And they're gonna get your money, baby. They are going to get your money because they are hustlers. They are swindlers. They are slicksters. They're going to have to raise a lot of prices because they gave y'all a lot of money that y'all thought was free. A lot of y'all thought money that they was giving out was free. And I've been telling you all for a very long time, do not trust that. Nothing they give you is free. Everything they give you, they're going to recuperate. They're going to get back. They're going to get back. We have to always ask the questions, why are they giving out the money, and how are they going to pay for this? How are they going to pay for all of this? How are we going to pay for all of this? How are we going to pay for it? Let me tell you what my mother used to say. My mother was a smart woman. She was a very smart. I didn't realize how smart my mama was. Anybody else like that? Because when you were a child, they always act crazy and say crazy things. And you know, my mother's old school from the South, right? Savannah, Georgia. She was old school, and sometimes she was conditioned to believe certain crazy things. And then when she started to read and enlighten her mind and learn different things, my mother started to say things that I thought was crazy, things that I'm saying to you, or my mother used to say. And I used to think that she was crazy because I didn't do my research. I didn't read. I didn't study. I didn't ask where she get that information from. She just sounded crazy because it was nothing like how we were taught. But my mother used to sit back and she used to think about how America was set up. And I remember my mother always saying, why do people who invented money, she's talking about America, right? And I'm not saying America's the only people that invented money, but my mother was talking about America. She used to say, why do the people who invented money complain about it so much? Just print more of it. They act like they ain't got it. You got it. Just print more money. And I used to go by what they taught us in school, especially during that time, because money was backed by gold during that time. But money ain't backed by gold anymore. But that's a whole nother conversation. I'm not even going to have that conversation tonight. And I used to say to my mother all the time, well, they just can't print money, because I was reiterating to her what I've been taught in school. You know how it is, right? You know how it is as kids. We believe everything they teach us in school, right? And we come with that, and we believe the whole shebang that they tell us, and we try to come and educate our family members because we think that the school is smarter than our family members. We do that. A lot of us do that. My mother used to always say that. And that question that my mother used to ask plagued me for years. Why don't they just print more money? If America created this dollar, this is US dollar, this American dollar, and it comes off of their press, you know, their machine, why can't they just print more money? That's what I used to think. And then as I got older and I started to study the economy, and I started to study the money and the debt ceiling and all the other stuff and trying to make sense of it, I said, wow, America is like one big game of Monopoly. Do you remember Monopoly? Monopoly is the game system that has a whole bunch of fake money, or as we will call it, fiat money. A whole bunch of fake money. And we got this fake money, and you got to play the game. You got to play the game, even though it's fake money. You got to play the game with Monopoly's fake money. And somebody always has to pay. The moment you cannot pay, you lose. That's what monopoly is really about. The money, the moment you don't have any more money or you don't have enough to cover your debt, you lose. For some reason, America doesn't lose, right? We got so much debt, but we don't lose for some reason. We just go kill people. We just bully people and kill them, but that's not the conversation. It's not the conversation. So when I thought about it, thinking about the game of Monopoly, follow me for a second, y'all. I think about a 3-step process. All right? Here's what America does. Here's the 3-step process. This is an example of how they play their Monopoly game. They come up with new programs, stimulus program, new social services program, new program to give out money. Whatever the case is, they come up with these programs all the time of how they're going to give you money or how they're going to make services available for you at no cost for you, but a cost for them. This is what they come up with all the time. That's the first step. And then once they come up with that and they get you guys to all buy into it, they always talk about how they're going to raise the business taxes. That's what they talk about. It's the same narrative, it's the same story, no matter what president is in office. It is the same narrative and the same story all the time. They're going to raise the business tax. They're going to tax the rich. Don't worry about it. We're giving out free dollars everywhere. We're giving out money here. We're giving out rent here. We're giving out food stamps here. We're giving out free lunch meals here. We're giving out money everywhere. And y'all ain't got to worry about it because we are going to tax the businesses and the corporations. We are going to tax the rich. Follow this 3-step process, y'all, because y'all ain't ready for this third one. And every time they say that, when they come up with a new program, because I want y'all to be ready what's about to happen. Y'all not believing me, but I'm going to tell y'all. When they come up with a new program that costs money, they convince you all that they're going to tax the rich and tax the businesses to get the money back. What always happens? What is the third step that always happens? I want y'all to be ready for what's going to happen because I'm paying attention to it. I'm paying attention to what's happening. And it's going to happen to a lot of y'all. Not everybody, but it's going to happen to a lot of you all. And I want y'all to know that you heard it here with me. I want you to say, you know what? Dr. Shonna said that. I don't see nobody saying it. What happens? Okay, so Rosa Love says they pass it right back to us. But how? How do they pass it to us? Right? Because you're right. You're on the right track. But I need you to really think. I want y'all to think. This is a critical thinking channel. How do they give it back to us? Okay, Patrice. Patrice says they raise, oh shoot, Patrice. They raise payroll taxes. What happens when they raise payroll taxes? Come on, somebody, y'all gotta be smarter than this. Come on, what happens, y'all? What happens, y'all? No, Susan, this is not going to happen. I mean, not that it cannot happen, but this is not what I'm looking for. Come on. Come on. See, I'm going to give y'all just 2 more seconds because y'all not getting it. I need y'all to wake up. 3-step process. You're getting close. This person right here, Shayna, is getting close. Right? Brita, you're warm. They take money out of our pocket, out of our paycheck. There you go. Come on, baby. I knew it was coming. There we go. Inez and Ann Can. There you go. Yes, NYC in the house. There you go. Y'all better pay attention. Y'all sleeping, and I need y'all to wake up. This is not a game. We are excited. Oh, we're going to get free this. We're going to get free that. And then when I say that, they say, oh, Dr. Shonna's a Republican. That's what people say. They don't know me personally, but they just say, Dr. Shonna's a Republican. Okay. Dr. Shonna, she's a communist. Okay. Dr. Shonna's an elitist. Okay. Call me whatever you want to call me. Y'all about to lose some jobs. y'all about to lose some jobs. This is hard stuff to hear. And I'm not trying to strike fear. I'm trying to prepare you, because that's the 3-step American process. Give y'all more money. Like my mama used to say, why can't they just print more money? Why don't they just print more money? They're going to give y'all more money. They're going to promise you they're going to tax the businesses. And then they're going to lay you off. They're going to lay you off. And let me tell you something. Somebody said, I'm out of work right now. I'm telling you, it's all happening. It's happening. It's happening. It's going to see, this is how they get you. Because like this person here, to her daughter says, I'm out of work right now. But let me tell you something. Let me tell you this. It'd be one person, then 5 people, then 10 people, then 15 people, then 20 people, then 100 people. And then that's when y'all going to recognize it. That's when y'all going to jump back and be like, what the hell is happening? Y'all going to get it when it's too late. Y'all going to get it when it's too late. I'm telling you right now to plan right now. I'm telling you right now to plan, because it always happens this way. When you see a president's come in and they're constantly telling you about all the free programs they're going to give your asses, all the money you're going to get. They're going to pay for this. They're going to pay for that. Oh, they're going to forgive this. They're going to forgive that. All the stuff they do, and somebody's going to lose their job. All right. Shout out to Sid. Sid says, it's a cycle though. We had quantities easing and stymies at the start of the pandemic. And macroeconomics, inflation always follows quantities easing. Always, right? Always. They're going to give you the big gift and then they're going to take that shit back. See, I was going to say that there's some type of giver, but I know that's not a nice sex thing to say, right? You know how the kind of givers I'm talking about, right? When you give something, you take it back. It's not a nice thing to say, but that's what America is. That's exactly what America is. And then the politicians, they know how to play it, and they're going to play on all your asses. Trust me, it's 2022. When you blink your eye and you wake up tomorrow, it's going to be 2024. It's going to be time to vote a new president in. Trust me, they already know. They're ready for it, baby. They are ready for it. And they know exactly what's going to happen, because the politicians know if y'all lose jobs, they're going to have to make a lot of promises to you all to get your vote. Because when people start losing jobs, people start getting really nervous. Right? People start getting really nervous when they start losing their job. They don't want to hear nothing else you got to talk about. They just want to know how you're going to give them their jobs back. Think about it. We go back to how President Trump won over a lot of people. See, a lot of y'all been saying, oh, he just woke up all the racist people. The racist people have always been awake. I don't know. Y'all just like to say things. I don't know where you guys been at, but the racist people have always been awake. And then they say, no. When he came on, he just brought more of them. No. That was a strategy that the other party was using to highlight it all so it can give off the illusion that it was getting worse, because they knew that they had to mind F you to get your votes in order for them to awaken fear in you so you can know that the system was changing. And if you stay with this guy, it's going to be bad. That's what we all been sold. We all have been sold. If you stay with this guy, it's going to be bad. I think it's bad now. I think it's bad right now. But the politicians know exactly what they're doing. See, in order for them to close the deficit, I know I'm getting too deep. I hope y'all with me. Listen, shout out to all of y'all. Share the video. Like and subscribe to the channel. I hope y'all with me. Y'all can watch this on slow. Y'all can slow down the speed and watch it. Take some notes, because I hope y'all with me. Right? But in order for them to close the deficit, they always talking about the deficit. The debt. We gotta close the debt ceiling, right? They always say, you notice that, right? Every party says the same thing. Y'all got to start paying attention to this crap. They all say the same thing. We got to close the deficit. We got to close the deficit all the time. And in order for you to do that, in order for you to close the deficit, in order for you to reduce our debt, you need money to do that. And they always sell you the same thing. We're going to raise sales taxes. Raise taxes on the rich. That's what they always tell you. But in fact, what they really do, think about it. Go back and watch all these things. Go back and study when Obama was in office. No shade. No shade to your so-called black president. No shade. I'm just saying, because I know how some of y'all get. Y'all be serious. Y'all be coming at me with your emails that's 400,000 pages. I just deleted. First of all, I like you, but I want to say this. I don't agree with you about Obama. And I look at the thing, I scroll, I'm like, oh, this is way too much. Delete. Go on to the next. I don't want that energy over here. But what I'm trying to say, go back and look at it. Go back and look at it. He said the same thing about closing the deficit. All this stuff that has to happen in order for us to close the debt, right? Get us out of debt, do so much better. Taxes got raised and gasoline. What's happening right now? What's happening right now? Taxes are getting raised. The sales taxes, right? They're getting raised. And the gasoline prices is up. They know they always got to say that, because if they say that to you all, they verbalize it, they're going to get your votes. Now, if they don't verbalize it, if they don't talk about how it's going to be paid off, if they don't talk about any of that stuff, if they don't address the unemployment rate, the unemployment rate is terrible, y'all. It's trash. If they don't address these kind of things, they're not going to get votes. So they have to talk about these kind of things. They have to address these kind of things in order to keep your mind in a state of hope. Remember what I said? They make promises and never deliver. We listen to their promises and we hold on to hope that they're going to deliver. And when we see that they're not going to deliver, come on, how many of us always do it? We do it all the time. When we see that they're not going to deliver, we say, give them time. It's only 4 years. It's only 4 years in that process. And we always say, give them time. You got to give them time. And we always say as a people, I can't stand some of us. I swear for goodness that I can't. We always say as a people, well, they got to clean up Trump mess. They got to clean up Bush's mess. They got to clean up Clinton's mess. They got to clean up Reagan's mess. They got to clean up Carter's mess. We always talk about somebody else's mess that they got to clean up. This is the narrative that I hear in our community all the time. It's always the other person that they got to clean up their mess. Think about it. Let me go back to what I was saying about America being a monopoly, like a real big game of Monopoly. Think about the game of Monopoly. It's fake money. Why can't we just take some paper, right? Take some paper, cut it into some rectangles, put a denomination on it, and play with that? Why can't we do that? Why can't we just draw money on paper to increase our finances in order for us to play the game of Monopoly? Why we got to watch our money dwindling away? Because you got to know the rules, people. The rule is this. You have to use the game's money. I'm about to make this real quick. Somebody just said something. I saw it, but I'll go back to it if I see it. You got to use the game's money. This is the same reason why they despise cryptocurrency. Same reason why they despise cryptocurrency. The same reason why you're behind to go to jail for creating a counterfeit dollar, right? You just can't print the money, right? You just can't print the money. They can print whatever they want to print, right? You can't. Same reason why they despise crypto, because they have no control over it. Because it's a threat to the system. Think about everything is tied to taxes. Everything is tied to taxes. Everything is. They're going to raise your sales tax. They're going to raise your business tax. They're going to raise your property tax. They're going to increase their traffic tickets. They're going to increase their parking tickets. They're going to increase their court fees. They're going to arrest your asses a lot more so they can get the money off of your disorderly conduct. They're going to do a lot of things. They're going to get that money. It's going to be a, yes, real Hopwood. There's going to be a road tax. They're going to tax every goddamn thing. And how, when you get taxed, how can you pay for your taxes? What is the only form of currency that is accepted to pay for your taxes? It's the whole game of Monopoly. What is the only form of currency that is accepted to pay for your taxes? Can you go pay for your taxes with cryptocurrency? Can you go to the town, to the state, and tell them that you're going to pay with your cryptocurrency? Right? You can't do that. Not in the game of Monopoly. You got to use Monopoly's money. They're never going to get rid of that fiat dollar. They're not going to get rid of it. They're going to put more taxes on you all the time because you got to play their game and with their rules. You better come with their money to pay the bill. That's why they're never going to allow cryptocurrency to get off the ground like that. Oh no, they're never going to allow it. Somebody says they will remove your taxes from your account when is the digital currency arrive. It ain't going to arrive. Unless the government has a control on it, it is not going to. See, this is the thing right here. See, this person, I got to get off this live now. I done told y'all. I want y'all to think like the hustlers, the slicksters, the swindlers. I want you to think like that. See, when you deal with America, you got to think like a hustler. And that's when a lot of people fail at. We think that this is a great system and they would never betray us. Good Lord. America will never do that. They will. They will. They're never going to do that. What is the USA digital currency? What is that? What is that? What is the USA digital currency, WC? What is that? Tell me what that is. The USA digital currency. I want you to answer that for me. Okay? I want you to, because see, y'all got to move like hustlers in the street. If you can move like a hustler, you'll be better prepared for what's coming down the end. Bitcoin is not a US digital currency. Where are you guys getting that from? Where are y'all getting that from? Bitcoin is a threat to the US currency. You're still not answering the question. Is what all the countries are starting is the government digital currency. You're not answering. What is that exchange from? Where do you have to have the money? You have to have a dollar attached to it. I don't care if they give you a debit card. I don't care if they put a microchip in your eye. It got to be attached to a dollar in America. I don't care if you go in the supermarket and they say no cash accepted. And you got to go and use your debit card. If you ain't got a dollar in your bank, your debit card is not going to work for your $50 purchase. If you don't have a dollar in your account, your debit card would not work. It will convert. He said it will convert from the banking system. That's my point. It is attached to the bank because you have to have a dollar amount. If you go to work and you get paid and your check is $2,000, your $2,000, if they turn it into a digital form, it's still $2,000. And at the end of the day, when it comes to you paying your taxes, you got to use that dollar to pay your taxes. They don't care if you do it in a debit card. They don't care if you do it in a credit card. They don't care if you do it in a wire transfer. They don't care how the hell you do it. You just got to have the money in your account to do it. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's the game of Monopoly. You got to use Monopoly's money. You cannot bring another game system's money into Monopoly to buy property. You cannot bring Bitcoin into Monopoly to buy property. You can't do it. You cannot do it. Because America is the biggest gangster you ever going to meet. They're going to control how you use your money. They're going to tell you the kinds of money you accept. You could do whatever you want to do off market. You can exchange things with each other and pay for things with Bitcoin and everything else off market. You could do all of that stuff on your own. But when it comes to them getting their taxes, they want their taxes in dollars. I don't care if you use a credit card. I don't care if you use a debit card. They want their taxes backed by dollars. Because that's the only money they care about it. You know the other threat to the system? The other threat to the system is inflation. Inflation is a major threat to this system. And they will tell you that taxes will control inflation. No, it won't. Understand this. If you raise taxes, I already said this just 10 minutes ago. If you raise taxes, you raise unemployment. Y'all got to understand it's a cause and effect. It's universal law. It's a universal law. You raise taxes, you're going to raise unemployment. Y'all ready for this? The government cannot and will not defeat the wealthy. They're not. Do understand what I'm saying to you guys. When they tell you they're going to raise taxes on the rich, they're lying to you. The government cannot and will not defeat the wealthy. The government cannot and will not shield you from war. They're not going to do those two things will hurt us. The wealthy will hurt us, and war will hurt us. And the government cannot protect you from that. Taxes will be raised on us. It will. We will pay increased court fees. We will pay increased school tax, property tax. There's going to be an increase in tickets. There's going to be an increase in sales taxes. There's going to be an increase in property taxes. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. If you are not already walking into the supermarket to get 4 items and paying $200, and maybe I'm being a little facetious, but you know what I mean. If you're not walking in and getting eggs, milk, butter, and bread, something that poor folks always say you keep in your refrigerator, right? That was something my mother always would say. I need the essentials: eggs, milk, butter, and bread. When her money was low, that's the only thing she needed in the house. And she used to whip up the most magical meals over those 4 items. I don't know how she did it, but she did it. Eggs, milk, butter, and bread. Anybody else's mama was like that? Somebody else said beans, right? The craziest things. The craziest thing is all she needed. Right now, you go get those 4 items, you paying $15, $20. So how does inflation fit into all of this, what I'm saying? And then I'm out of here. I got 7 minutes and I'm going. Right? How else does inflation fit into all of this? You got to understand, a lot of money over the last 2 years, a lot of money over the last 2 years. I'm going to say it again. A lot of money was dished out. It's got to be paid back. It's got to be replaced. And you got to understand that I don't care if it's the government or if it's your household. You cannot spend more than you make. Come on now. I'm just trying to tell y'all. Somebody said 7 kids, we 8 mayonnaise sandwiches. I'm telling you, can work some magic. We already know. We ain't jumping off the buildings when we ain't got no money, because we getting eggs, butter, milk, and bread, beans, rice, right? We ain't gonna jump off. We're gonna all survive. We're gonna all survive. I'll tell you, if poverty didn't do anything else for me growing up, shit, it made me into a character. I go to sleep thinking about how to make money. I wake up thinking about how to make money. I'll tell you, it turned me into a character. It sure, I don't know what it did for y'all, but it surely turned me into a character. Right? We got to understand, no matter what household you're in, whether you're in an American household or you are in your individual household, you cannot spend more than you make. You'll be in a deficit. We are spending more than what we're bringing in. And they got to recuperate that money. Right? We got to bring in more than we give up. And here's how many of us are going to lose. And I'm out of here. Right? Here's how many of us are going to lose. And I'm going to tell you what y'all need to be doing. Many of us are going to lose because, like I asked you earlier, how many of you saw increase in cash when it comes to your account? A lot of people said they did. A lot of people have been saving money. Here's how we're going to lose. You're saving money, and that's the biggest mistakes that we can make. And I'm not saying the mistake is saving. See, you're saving money, and it's sitting in your account. And I get it. I know how it feels to watch your account go up. Right? I know how it feels to watch your numbers creep up in your account. But if you're holding on to cash, you're already losing. Because cash is trash. I know y'all don't like the way that sounds, but I'm trying to tell y'all the truth. Cash is trash because it does not yield any return. You can have $100,000 in the bank and only make $2. That's your interest, $2 on $100,000. They only going to give you $2. It yields no return. And let me tell you something else, ladies and gentlemen. Cash on hand is subjected to a heist. Now, I'm not talking about how y'all see in the movies, right? It can't happen that way, though. It can't. But it's subjected to a heist. The government is going to get your money. The government is going to rob you. They're going to increase your taxes. They're going to increase your food. They're going to increase your housing. They're going to increase everything on you. You blink your eye, you're going to pay a tax for blinking your eye. You breathe, you're going to pay a breathing tax. Everything is going to get increased. And that's how they're going to heist your money. They're going to get that money out of your account because they know the money is there. If you think the government don't know the money's in your account, you're a fool. The government knows exactly what's in your account. They know exactly what's in your account, and they're going to get that money. So if you're holding money in your account, you need to start thinking about investments. For our community, we got to stop being scary when it comes to investments. We are some scary ass people. We don't believe in anything. Well, I ain't gonna put my money in that. I ain't gonna do that. Oh, I don't want no tenants. Oh, I don't want no restaurant. Oh, I don't want no business. Oh, I don't want to do that. Oh, I don't want this. I ain't doing. That's all we do. That's all we do. That's all we do. Not realizing that your cash that's been sitting there at that pretty number is gonna be dwindling away. It's gonna be disappearing because cash is trash. I don't know if the FDIC has raised the amount of money that's insured. I don't know. I haven't walked into a bank in a long time. I guess I gotta go into I guess I don't have to go into the bank to see. I guess I can Google it. I didn't Google it. Maybe y'all can Google it. What does the FDIC insure it up to now? Because before the FDIC used to only insure it up to $100,000. So if you had more than $100,000 in your account, you was a fool. Because they only insuring it up to $100,000. What they doing now, I don't know. Somebody's gonna have to look that up. What the FDIC insured up to now. I'm just curious. That'll tell you right there how much cash is trash, right? And if you have $100,000 or more, okay, Trap House is saying 250,000. It is not 10,000. This person is not 10,000. You got to really do your research on that. Is it 250? Somebody says 250,000. A lot of people say 250,000 per account. A lot of people say 250,000 account. I'll look at it. Somebody says my credit unit is 200,000. So y'all got to pay attention to these things, y'all. Pay attention to these things. It used to be 100,000. Think about it. Why would they stop it at $100,000? You got to ask yourself those kind of questions. Why would they stop it at $100,000? Why would they stop it at $200,000? A lot of people saying 200,000. Okay. Okay. All right. Somebody else says 250. Why would they stop it there? Think about it. Probably because most people don't keep that much money in the account. You ain't getting shit on it. If you got $200,000 in the bank, you better have some investments. Once upon a time, it was $100,000 that you used to insure it up to. If you had 100,000, you should be having some investments. Somebody said 100,000 in Canada, right? If you got that kind of money, you should be having investments. Your money should not be sitting in a bank. Think about it. If your money, you got $250,000 in the bank, they know it's there. They're gonna. I mean, just think about it. Most of us had $100,000 in the bank, or up $250,000 in the bank. Just think about it. Just really think about it. They're gonna get that money. They're gonna get that money. Your money cannot sit there. Your money cannot sit there. They're gonna find a way to make you pay. It's gonna be a heist, a legal heist. A legal heist. They coming for you, baby. They coming for you. You better understand it. So here's what I want you to do. The most uneducated people, when it comes to money, I know you ain't gonna want to hear me say this, but I gotta get out of here. The most uneducated people, when it comes to money, is us. I hate to say it. I hate to say it. It hurts me to say it. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. There'll be some people that will come and argue with me, right? No, that's not true. I never had no problem. I never grew with no problem. Okay, right? Just because you ain't grow with no problem don't mean you have money and you knew how to grow it and increase it and invest it. We are some scaredy cat type of people. The market may suck right now in real estate, but if you got that kind of money sitting there and you can get your hands on some property, you want to do that. You want to do that. You want to do that. If you can get a house to hold, you want to do that. If you can buy an Airbnb in an area where people travel most frequently, you want to do that. If you can buy property to rent out, you want to do that. You want to do that. If you can buy farmland that is profitable, like you can make some money. If you got the money to get the machinery and all that other good stuff, you want to do that. Somebody just put what I said, got investments in farmland, been holding steady, right? You want to be able to do that. Real estate, I don't care what kind of real estate is on. You want to be able to do that. I'm telling you. You don't know how many people I've been telling this to in our community. I don't want to be no landlord. Nah, I ain't doing that because if people don't pay, you still got to pay that mortgage. Mm-hmm. I'd rather have a single family home. Mm-hmm. Okay. You do understand we're in inflation, right? But okay. You do understand that a lot of people are going to lose their jobs, and hopefully it ain't you, and hopefully it ain't me. You do understand that, right? I'm just trying to say. You do understand that's going to happen, right? Nah, I mean, I don't know what you're talking about right now. Shit, I'm doing good. That's what a lot of people, I'm doing good. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Okay. Because a lot of people are not thinking about what happens with employment during inflation. A lot of people are not thinking about how they are prepared during inflations. Now, I don't know when the market is going to crash. I don't know when the housing market is going to crash, but it will crash. But this crash is going to be different than the 2008 crash. I think this crash is going to be worse, in my opinion. It's going to be a lot worse. And are we really prepared for it? Think about what's happening right now. I'm saying this and I'm out. I'm 4 minutes over. I'm going to say this and I'm out. I want you to understand when I say the crash is going to be worse than it was in 2008. 2008 was 2 seconds ago. It wasn't a long time ago, family. I need y'all to really hear me out. Right now, you only need this little thing right here to make money. Y'all following me? How many of y'all are making money on this thing right here every day? How many of y'all are making money on this little thing right here every day? Every day. That's how I know the system's going to crash. This little thing right here is a threat to the American system. It is a threat like a mother freaker. You understand what I'm trying to say? You can go and rent cars and not from a big corporation. Listen to how the crash is going to happen. You can use this phone right here and go rent a car. You can go rent my G-Wagon. I got a G-Wagon, right? You can go rent my G-Wagon. I mean, I don't have mine on the app because I want to buy my car. But if I wanted to rent a G-Wagon, I can rent a G-Wagon. And I'm not talking about from Enterprise. I'm not talking from Hertz. I'm not talking about from Avis or any other major car rental places. I'm talking about people right here who are normal like us that happen to put their car on an app. And if you need a car for the day, for the week, for the month, you can go right there and rent your car from me. Do you know that's a big threat to the system? Do you know that's a threat to the system as we know it? In 2008, we had to go to Enterprise. In 2008, we had to go to Hertz, Avis. That's where we had to go. Now, that's right. Somebody said it, right? Now you can go right there to Toro and get yourself an Audi Q5 Sport. You can go get yourself a Range Rover and rent it for a day or two. You could trick on your chick. I'm just trying to say. The system as we know it is no more. There's going to be a crash coming. Right now, you don't even have to go to the Hilton, the DoubleTree, or the hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. You ain't got to go to none of those establishments. You can go right there to an Airbnb or a comparable site and rent this place. I mean, mine is not on Airbnb, but if I want to make some extra money, if they was laying people off, right, and I was hard up for cash, I'll rent a room out in this bitch. My house is very comfortable. And I would get some real serious money for it. I'll get some real serious money for it. We are a threat to the system. You can go right now and say, you know something? I know that the supermarket, the local supermarket, I don't know what area you're in, but Stop and Shop, ShopRite, Wegmans, I know they do food delivery, right? You can go ahead and you can go on their website, put it in, right? You can put it in on their website and you can have them deliver food to you. You can do it that way, or you can go into Instacart. Instacart. And send whoever that person is, that person like you and I, send whoever they are in to multiple different stores to get everything you want, including your liquor. You just got to make sure your ID is in there. You're 21 and older. When they come to the door, they got to check your ID, make sure you're 21 and over and give you your liquor. You can even have them get your liquor. You can have your whole house filled up with food and they'll pick up the food for you. Undermining the supermarkets. The supermarket's trying to keep up with this little thing called the smartphone. The supermarket's trying to keep up with this. Right? The supermarket's trying to keep up. They're trying to compete and they can't. They can't. The system's going to crash. You can even go to therapy on this little thing right here. You can go to BetterHelp. You can go to Talkspace or any other comparable site on this little thing right here and get a real live therapist. And you can do your therapy session in your car, in your bedroom, lying down in your bed. in your living room, in your office while you're working on a man's dollar. You could do it in the supermarket while you shopping and the phone is in the cart. Therapy right here, right here. This little thing is going to cause the system to crash. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Are y'all with me yet? This little thing right here is going to cause the system to crash. You a trucker? No problem. You ain't got to be a part of a business to use your CDL. This little thing right here has people delivering cars. Got people delivering cars, delivering items, delivering groceries. You could be a CDL and pick up work. When your woman says, Ninja, you need to get some money in here, you can go right on this thing right here, fill out your information, upload your driver license, do all that shit right here and pick up a job. I'm sorry. Y'all don't get what I'm saying and how this is going to, this little thing is going to crash the system. Are y'all really ready? Right? Are y'all really ready? What's going to happen? Oh, I'm sorry. The only skill set you have is being a server or a hostess, and you've been going on interviews and nobody will hire you. Oh, I'm sorry. You haven't been using your smartphone, but let me teach you. This smartphone right here, you can go work at different restaurants every day because people call out and they short staff. I'm trying to tell you something that's true. I'm trying to get y'all ready. I'm trying to tell y'all something that's true. Don't worry about it. Fridays won't hire you. Don't worry about it. You can go right here on this phone and see what kind of restaurants are looking for staff for the day because they're short staff and they got to be able to handle the influx of everybody eating now. Because you know, one thing Americans are going to eat. Dude, we're going to eat. One thing Americans are going to do is eat, baby. We're going to gain some weight. We are going to gain some weight, baby. You can go right here. You can go right here and get your work for the day, baby. Get your work in. Go ahead and wait some tables, baby, and get that paper. The system's going to crash. And it's going to be a hard crash, baby. It's going to be businesses out of business that they weren't even expecting it to happen. You thought Amazon was bad? Amazon cutting people's throats left and right. Amazon is murdering businesses left and right, baby. Amazon is destroying businesses left and right, baby. All right here. When you should be working at your job, you on Amazon, ordering lingerie, ordering furniture, shit, ordering hair supplies, makeup, medicine. The fuck? Amazon. You can find anything on Amazon. You got to understand that it's not an accident. It's not an accident why this little thing right here is going to cause the system to crash. I hope y'all ready for it. I hope y'all ready for it. No more excuses. Y'all better get ready. The system is going to crash. The system is going to crash. And y'all better be ready for it. Y'all better be ready for it. There's no more excuses for why you can't get your ones up. Because this right here should be able to get your ones up. And if you can create the app to help people get their ones up, you're doing much better. If you can create the software to help people get their ones up, you're doing much better. You follow what I'm saying? Inflation is bringing about all of this, and it's not by accident. And they know it. They know it. They know exactly what's going to happen because they see it. There are people who study this. There are people that watch the numbers, the dips. There are people that watch the behaviors of people. I'll say this to you guys and I'm out. Right? I'm going to say this and I'm out. Y'all can look this up too. What's the name of them damn monkeys? What's the name of them damn monkeys? I like to watch what animals do because animals are smart. I think their names are pronounced Maca. I don't know. Macawes, monkeys, right? Macawes, monkey, something like that. Macaques. Look that up. Macaques. Those monkeys, right? Look it up. Macaques is in Thailand or Bali, one of those places, either Bali or Thailand. They're in one of those areas. Let me tell you about these monkeys. When the monkeys can do stuff like this, you know we need to be paying attention. If the monkeys could pay attention and we're not, we the fools. And everyone say, oh, they're just animals. Oh, no, baby. I like to see what they do. I like to see what they do. Thank you, Rose. This is how you spell these monkeys. Y'all don't believe me? Look it up. Let me tell you about these monkeys and I'm out of here. These monkeys, because the pandemic has interrupted, it's even affecting them, it's even affecting the animals, right? The pandemic has interrupted the tourisms and the visitors that was coming into their area where they used to get food, right? The visitors come in, they want to feed the monkeys. They get so excited about the monkeys. They want to feed the monkeys. These monkeys started to pay attention, watch the behaviors of the humans and see where the humans put their value at. And once they was able to identify what the humans found as valuables, especially electronics, what these monkeys started doing, 5-finger discount, boosting these items. Y'all know what boosting is, right? I know y'all from the street like me, right? Many of y'all from the street. Some of y'all too high and sedity for me. But I just know how to look high and sedity when I'm walking outside. But behind closed doors, I'm from the Bronx, you know what I'm saying? I know how to keep it classy. Besides, my man like it like that. But nonetheless, I'm just trying to say. They watch what we value. And these monkeys started to steal these items. And when you come to try to get your items back from the monkey, they want the food. They want to eat, baby. They want to eat. So if you go in your little purse and you get a cracker, your one little Ritz cracker did not equate to a goddamn iPhone. So the monkeys are like, nah, baby, that ain't it. You ain't getting your phone back. Run me that shit. You ain't getting it back. Monkey take off. So you gotta get creative. You gotta get creative. You gotta come with a bag of grapes, bananas, crackers, potato chips, and some Old E or Special Brew. I'm telling my age, right? Remember Special Brew? You gotta come back with something worthwhile and be like, I want this with my phone. And then the monkey would say, all right, I'm gonna give you your AirPods, but not your food. You gotta come back with something better. The monkeys. Y'all don't gotta believe me. Look this shit up. Macaques. Those monkeys. Look it up. Look it up. Because they need to eat. They understand the system is changing. They understand that they are in trouble. They understand that somebody says Special. I'm trying to tell you, remember Special Brew? Shit, them monkeys ain't want no Mad Dog 2020. They said, no, keep that cheap shit. No Mad Dog, go get me some Casamigos. Don't bring that shit in here. That's what the monkeys are saying. Y'all think I'm playing. I may be humorous, but I ain't playing games. Look it up. Somebody hold me on this. Look it up. The monkeys know what's up. They know what's going on. And I'm not talking about 1970 study. I'm talking about 2021. The monkeys know what's going on. They are boosting. They are robbing people. Robbing people. Right? Look at somebody said it right here. I'm looking at an article about them right now. Interesting. 2021. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. These monkeys know what they're doing. So if they get it, if they understand it, why are we asleep? If they understand what's happening, why are we asleep? That's all I have for y'all tonight. Why are we asleep? Why? Somebody said it's a bad day for humans. Not all humans, just the humans that are asleep. Not all humans, because some humans are just as conniving as the monkeys. So if you're not moving like these monkeys, right? If you're not moving like these animals, if you ain't paying attention, you in trouble. Because they always tell us the sign. They always tell us when things are bad or when they're about to get real bad. The animals always tell us that. I know some of y'all don't believe that. I'll take y'all back to the tsunami. Remember that tsunami that happened? Come on, y'all. Go ahead and like the channel. Hit subscribe. Click the bell to be notified. Remember that tsunami that happened? And they said, you listen to the interviews of the people. People said all the time, when they turned around, they noticed there wasn't an animal in sight. They wanted to know where all the animals went. The animals were all gone. The animals went to higher ground because the animals knew that goddamn tsunami was coming before it actually came. And humans are just on the beach, tanning, just on the beach, drinking their martinis, laughing and talking, smacking each other's asses. This is what they was doing until the water done took their asses out. Meanwhile, all the animals on high ground just watching us. They dumb. That's what we need to be at. We need to be like that. All right, y'all. Listen, family, to all my family that has been supporting the products. Like I said, some of y'all, well, many of you guys already got your products. Some of your products are on back orders. You will be getting an email from me giving you some details. For my fellas who've been ordering the colognes, the pheromone colognes, I don't know when your order's going to come in. I can either refund you your money or suggest some other pheromone products for males if you want that. If not, I'll just give you your money back. It ain't no big deal. Ain't nothing. For those who don't know what the hell I'm talking about, go ahead and visit helpingcouplesreconnect.com to look at those products. I love every last one of y'all. This is the last video of the Great Reset. And then I'm going to start my series on the psychology of wealth. I really want to help you out. I really want to give y'all the information. Whatever you do with it, you do with it. But I need you to change your mindset, your money mindset, because we're going to crash. And if you got one of these things right here, and the only thing you do is doing selfies, so you can post and you ain't making no money on that selfie, you losing. You losing. You need to stop doing dumb shit like that and start gaining. Start gaining. If I don't come on, it's because I ain't making any money. If I come on, I'm making money, right? I'm just trying. I can make a lot more money if I came on more often. But I ain't gonna sit up here and waste my time and talk to y'all if I ain't making no money. Cause it's coming. Y'all better be ready. You think the Great Reset is a joke? It's not. Y'all better be ready. And some of us, not all of us, some of us are gonna lose our jobs. And if you got one of these, you should never be out. You should never be without paper. I'm just trying to tell y'all. This right here is the goal. I love you all. Have a blessed night.